Well, Tim, it wasn't on your timeline. We're gonna have
Hello,
some.
everybody. We are live. This is Esoteric Hours with Bradley Powers. I'm your co-host, Jim Andre, and we have two special guests here tonight, Shan Gilms and Daisy Ten Ponies. How you doing, guys?
Good.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, yeah. So, welcome to Esoteric Hours. It's quite an interesting show today. We got Shan Gilms and Daisy Ten Ponies and Jim Andre here, and we'll be discussing paranormal phenomena. So, where did it all begin, Shan, for you? Your paranormal phenomena?
As a kid, I had a couple sightings, and then 7 years ago, I moved to Idaho, and that's when they started coming really heavy. When I lived in Salmon, I had orbs all over. A green one floated across the highway, then across the river, and hit the only power pole out in the country, and it exploded green. And my family saw that on the way home. The whole sky lit green. And since then, I've had many UFO sightings, many orbs, and several entities. And I want to share what's going on with me pretty recently that I think everybody needs to know. So I have been talking to a really neat lady. She's Idaho MUFON. And I want to read the conversation that me and her had. And I've also been in contact with a medicine man shaman that's been practicing for 46 years. And he's helping me with, he's got a Bigfoot family around him. It's a really neat situation, but he's helping me with tones, different tones to listen to, and what to picture when I meditate to get rid of these entities that I have in me. I have proof of this. I've got video of them on my bedroom ceiling. I've had Annabelle Quinones, which checks for EMF, in videos and pictures that he confirmed they have magnetic field around them. They travel in that. I believe I have a portal in my closet. I've got video of at least 3 other portals that were right over my head. I've experienced things that sound insane, but they're all real. And I've got a lot of proof. So I thank you guys for having me on. I want to read this because I want people that are having similar experiences to know this, because I think that a lot of us could be in danger, and so do the MUFON people. So,
Are you an alien abductee, Shane? Shane, are you an alien abductee?
I believe I've been abducted. I had missing time, 2 really bad bloody noses in a week's time. That week was a lot of missing time. I had owls going off all over outside my window. I had these lights that went in the ceiling like 4 inches. There were holes. And I watched bees fly in my window and go up in this portal and not come out. I mean, over the last 7 years, you can say I'm shook up. I started with thinking these things were incredible. They're the type that I think do holograms, because I saw a mountain-sized angel slowly fall from the ground in the field I witnessed some of these UFOs in. I saw orbs with evil-looking fairies in my room and other orbs. I saw giants in a tree line on the Snake River here fighting. There were craft above me. And on this side was a portal that is all crazy. Got video of that. And in this colorful mist, I could see giants, hideous giants, crossing the river. And then I could hear them come out by my car. And these craft were right there. I've got video of it. And they made me think they were taking these horrifying giants off the earth. So I quit going outside because it scared me. It scared me really bad. And then the last time I got the nerve to go outside, I was looking up. I haven't seen the real moon in a long time. It is not our moon. And there's others saying the same thing about the moon, by the way.
I agree.
And I was looking up at this moon that always like comes towards me when I'm looking at it. And a black humanoid figure with huge black wings that you could say could have been related to a dragon, maybe. He had like a dragon type face, stepped up into the moon, looked both ways, spread his wings, and jetted like a UFO fast. My heart dropped and I ran in the house. So I don't even go outside and look up anymore. Since I quit going outside, it seems like this is the same time. I started getting nudges on my back, like something nudging me. Not imaginary, straight up nudging you. And then slowly, and I thought it was a good thing. I thought, how cute, they're nudging me. But that started a while back. But it seems like when I stopped going outside, these things started flying in my room. I started videoing it. And I know a lot of you know Annibal Quinones. He's an expert at checking for EMS. I started sending him, he's a good friend of mine. I started sending him my videos and he would confirm to me, you've got a portal in your roof. And I had a huge one. I've got video and pictures of all of this, a huge hole in my backyard. And I've been under a lot of portals. I don't know why. But anyway, you want to talk, or do you want me to read this?
We would like you to have you read that, but I got a question. Is there any indication that you've received any implants at all?
Yeah, only this, but it's odd. I started feeling things in my ears. It started with one ear, but they move like a bug. It's these things. I thought it was a solid implant at first, but now they move. Like I said, when I had my earphones in, I felt one. I felt one crawl in my ear canal, like it was trying to clog the sound from my ear.
So
things are intelligent.
Technically,
they hear my thoughts.
Technically, that's biological then.
I think so.
I don't think they're biological. That exact occurrence. I do think that that's technology, but that's just my opinion.
That's the question. That's what I'm hoping to God that MUFON does something more. Like I said, I'm working with that shaman. It's amazing. And he tells me to play it on 3,000 for an hour and a half today. And that's a really high pitch. So I'm going to try that, even though I have played tones for hours, all night long. I mean, and the minute I stop, they rush back in my feet and my hands.
Vic is asking, do you know what is attacking you?
Do I know what is attacking me?
Yeah.
They look like little tiny black triangles. I sent you guys video. Is there any way I can send one over and you guys could play it?
Yep. Send it to my my private messenger.
Okay.
Send me the link.
You talk about the ear one, and I had that same thing happen one night in about probably 2019, I suppose. And it felt like something went into my ear, and I could feel it in the eardrum. And then I could feel it like in the center of my head. And of course, I hear voices this whole time that this is going on. And they told me that there was a micro universe that was actually getting into my physical body, and I could feel it moving around inside my head. And that went
I felt them in my head
until I fell asleep, and I'd never experienced that again. But I have had experience with implants.
I felt them behind my eyeball moving around, and that's the weirdest feeling there ever is.
Weird feeling.
And headaches. I feel them here, and I'll get these pressure headaches. I have no internet connection. I forgot, but I can read this. Okay. Let's see. I guess we really talked a lot. Okay. It starts, hello, Shan, and Happy New Year to you. The photos and videos are amazing. I will work to get those in your file. The show sounds great. I will try to get to see some of that today if I am invited. Thank you so much for all the photos and videos. And then me, you mean to the show today? Of course. I ran these tones almost nonstop. Whatever these things are in me, it's getting worse. I can tell you that they aren't from here. They're extremely intelligent. I remember a while back I woke up to something in my room standing over me. Then it felt like needles going to my stomach. I swung, and I could feel like when you're, like if a million mosquitoes and you swung your hand through the, all of them, you would feel the, you know, from hitting them. That's what I felt. Okay. Okay, I remember, okay, I woke up, then I felt like needles going into my stomach. I've tried everything. I literally have things swarming, and I'm sure they're doing damage. They even go behind my eyeballs, and now I feel them in my ears trying to block the sound from my headphones. I need help. This is really happening. I'm afraid. My daughter's besides herself. Did you guys meet my daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. I can't do this anymore. I've been trying to find answers for 7 years. She says, call Opus ASAP. Opus, OPUS. Then she sent me the link. Fill out a request support form. Opus Alien Abduction, it's called. I said, this isn't from here. One of those ships or orbs put these in me. I'm afraid I'm going to die. And I'm sick of telling the story over and over. Okay? I know you know the feeling.
Huh?
Why don't you contact them? People don't fully believe me. I honestly need help, please. I certainly will do that ASAP. They are pretty quick getting back. I do believe you 100%. I am going to contact them right now. Thank you. It's bad, really bad. I filled out the form and placed your name and my name on it. Please let me know if they contact you. This could be nanotechnology that we are dealing with from another intelligent source. When I play these tones, I put my phone at my feet. When I take it away, they rush out. If I stop the tones, they rush back in me. I'm not winning this battle. Thank you, Penny. I just contacted our experiencer resource lead and asked him for additional help for you. Hang on. I'm pretty sure.
So what's are they a Pacific species, Shan?
Are they what?
A Pacific species, or are they a mixture of a variety of entities?
Things that are going in me look like little black triangles. You can see them on that video.
Yeah.
And there's bigger ones in me too. I can feel them in the bottom of my back and behind the shoulder. And when I'm blasting those stones, I can feel them move around. And whatever side I'm laying on, the big ones go to that, you know, because it's probably blocked some of the sound. They're smart.
So that must be like nanotechnology then, right?
Whatever it is, it's really intelligent. I'm so thankful this is not good. I believe others may be infected too because they see this fake moon.
Well, Vic Makarov is saying that he's having similar encounters presently.
There's a few people. This is why I wanted to do this, you guys.
Bradley Chester says, howdy, Pete.
It's been really hard.
Happy New Year, Bradley Chester. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and watching this show. This is Shane Gills and Daisy 10 Ponies sharing their thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Daisy, how do you relate to this? Does any of this make sense to you?
Well, it does. I would call myself a targeted individual. And that's the only language I had to explain what was happening for the first 5 years of my contact. They used pain, they used emotional, warfare, and what she's going through. While it's not exactly what I was going through, the frustration and pain is definitely on par.
It's something that I have to fight it nonstop because they're in me.
Yeah.
Vic Makarov says
me. They cause pain. They feels like they're biting. They move when I play the tones to parts of my body that are like against my bed, or like if I'm sitting down, they move down to my butt. The tones don't seem to be beating them. It makes them frantically move around, and I can feel them go out of my feet and land on me. And the minute I stop the tones, they're in me right now. It's a nonstop thing. And I'm doing this to warn people that they're not wonderful. These whatever they are aren't good.
Vic Makarov says he gets black squares as well. And he's saying for you to
I wish we could pull up that video, Bradley. It's on your messenger, and it's the one where you see a light bulb and a plastic colorful star hanging.
I agree, Vic.
What we're going to do, Shane, we're going to have you back because we're going to show the lot of the images, the videos, and the photos that you sent us. We're going to have you back and show them and spend a lot of that showing the information, the evidence that you provided us with. We're going to show it on the show. We're going to have you back, okay?
Well, Shan,
that would be a great idea.
Shan, if you want to send me that video, send it to my private messenger and I'll show it now.
Okay, I'll use this phone to do it because this one won't get the internet. Okay. So can I go off now and come back on?
Yeah, you can go off, send it, and then come back in.
Okay, I'll be back, guys.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Vic, I absolutely agree with you. You know, there's little advice you can give someone going through such hell other than to figure out what you believe and stay strong in it. Stay centered in whatever it is you believe. And it's not, I had people tell me this, and I know people tell Shan, well, don't accept their energy, reject them. There's absolutely nothing you can do like that. that will block out what is happening. That just is not even a factor.
Yeah. How long have you experienced extraterrestrials or paranormal phenomena, Daisy?
Since the end of 2015 is when I started becoming clairaudient, where I knew what it was. Before that, in my regular life, I would call it, I had 2 spirit guides that I knew by name. I had lots of paranormal phenomena happen around me, but there was a definite turning point in 2015 where, like I said, I started hearing, and things have escalated since then. So,
wow. I'm fortunate. Well, I won't say I'm fortunate because I'm not. But I've been a voice hearer for 20 years. I experienced seeing ghosts and spirits at age 9, and especially at age 12. But I've only ever encountered an extraterrestrial on one occasion, and that was for 5 seconds. But you, this has been a lot of your life.
The last 8 years has been most of it, but the search for who they are, and because they talk to me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I can pick up that conversation in my head whenever. And of course, you can imagine I've asked a lot of questions in that 8 years, and really fought with them and tried to figure out who they were and where, what was happening to me. And there are seldom clear answers as to who they are definitively. The Zeta Reticuli contacted me in November and identified themselves as the Zeta Reticuli, and that's the first time that has ever happened where an entity identifies themselves.
Wow. And they are malevolent or benevolent?
I can't make a decision on that. I think it's just way too complicated. I think that maybe humans need to organize things in their mind as good or bad, and I don't know that everything in the universe does that. So it's their actions their actions historically were very, very bad for the first 5 years. It's been better now in the last 3, but of course it's not perfect. And so I just think that's too complicated a question to decide.
Vic Makarov has got quite a lot to say. He says they have an agenda only. You got to stay strong. It's a mind melt on humans. They're not positive beings. He said it's the same beings. If it is the same beings, they belong to the Orion Collective. From all these research, they are called ignoids. Okay, I haven't heard that phrase before, Vic, but thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah, Vic, the first time I heard that was last night with you telling us that. Thank you for your input, Vic. It's appreciated.
Yeah.
But
me and Vic
Shanna's branching off into before there was a lot we could connect with, and she was having some similar stuff to what I was having, and now this is really branched off into its own. My experience is not like what she's experiencing right now.
I'd like to say shout out to Marion Clark from Ghost House Paranormal. Thank you for joining us. Billy Bennett, Vic Makarov, Bradley Chester. Really? Thank you everybody for joining us. Yeah, well, Shane's not here. Yeah, Daisy, this is your chance to express yourself, actually.
Stupid human tricks?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I say, I've only experienced an extraterrestrial for 5 seconds. I know she was feminine, and I don't know if the cloaking device failed or if she wanted me to see her, but it was for 5 seconds anyway.
And
that's my only occasion. But spiritual entities, I've met good and bad. And what about yourself? Good and bad extraterrestrials? Welcome back, Jim.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. I went to retrieve that video and my computer froze up on me. I had to reset it.
Oh no.
I'm going to try to get that up on here now.
Okay. I I don't see very often, but I saw something in, it would have been in 2018. I had rented a little trailer house. And of course, I was in a conversation with my entities, and they said to look outside. And I looked outside and I saw something in an all white suit with what appeared to be like a cord around its neck. And I can only describe it by saying it looked like it was in a fencing uniform, you know, the sport of fencing with the big mesh face.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, about maybe in October, I was talking to another guy from our forums, and he said, that sounds like the Solway Spaceman. And sure enough, he showed me the picture of the Solway Spaceman. It is exactly what I saw.
Here's that video.
Watch the little black things. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
I think I get it. I make it closer, I hope. It's in slow motion. They're little tiny black things that swarm up around that star. And the crazy part is they're invisible sometimes. And Annabelle Quinones said they are traveling in like a field, like an EMF field. So, I don't know.
Like a magnetic field, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Another weird thing you guys made me think of is I was fighting with them before they even filled my body up, you know, and I started realizing they were negative. And my son was visiting, and we went out in the backyard here. And in my mind, I screamed, "Show yourself." This being that stuck 3 feet out of a tree in the backyard, about 20 feet long, it either had a hood on or long black hair with very slanted black eyes. And he grinned evilly at me. Today, I watched a video that was on YouTube about a teenage boy, and they showed the drawing exactly like the thing I saw. So the lady was on YouTube warning about these entities.
Yeah. Very strange object, isn't it?
The scary thing about them is they spend years getting your trust. They spend years showing you these amazing things. And then it starts turning. And then you start getting these weird feelings that, you know, I'm starting to think these things aren't so good. And then eventually your body's full of them.
I think you should speak with Vic. Vic said while you were gone that he's experiencing a lot of the same things.
You know what? I am, if you guys are experiencing this, call me, messenger me, and I will give all and any of the advice that I get to you. Like that shaman told me to listen to 3,000, what is it? When it's tones, hertz, 3,000 hertz for an hour and a half. He told me to try that. It's really high pitched, and hopefully it doesn't blow my eardrums out, but I'm going to do it for an hour and a half and see what that does.
Vic Makarov says if it's the same beings, they belong to the Orion Collective.
That's interesting, since the things that I have seen, like I said, I saw that slanted eye thing that was really tall. And that black draconian looking thing. And then giants at the river that were hideous. I started spouting, in the name of Jesus, you need to leave. You can't be here. All of a sudden, their hideous faces, bam, flashed in my head. You know, you ask yourself after something like that happens, all I could think of was, were those real? Were those horrible scary giants fighting in the treetops. You saw the whole trees move. Were they real? Was that real? Was that angel real? Was that being that came out of the moon that I no longer see, the real moon, real? But these things in me, they're real. There's no doubt about that.
I think they can take on any form or perspective that you know, so was it real like you and I are sitting here real? I don't know if that's true, but it wanted you to see it.
According to what my eyes saw, and I've never hallucinated, it was real.
Yeah.
I don't have visions. I don't have meditate visions. I don't have dreams. I've seen all this stuff wide awake.
Vic Makarov says from all his research they are called ignoids.
I've never heard that word. I'm gonna
write that to myself. Ignoids.
Ignoids, yeah.
When the worst of it for me was that there is precise sounds, and I would hear my son crying for me, and in my head would be a battle scene of him getting just decimated, or I would hear tones of my children crying when they were young, when they were really little, and these things can mimic absolutely identically what that sounded like. Well, that of course in a mother instills a rush of emotion, and you know, you get very on guard. And I believe that those changes in your chemical balance and the changes they create, they're harvesting that chemical that your body makes from the interaction, from the but it was very bad for a long time with me, with my family, thinking my family was in danger, and I would have these visions and I would hear the voices, and I'm so glad that doesn't happen to me anymore. It was absolute torture.
Hi, Marianne.
Darren Sala. I don't know if you guys know Darren Sala. He's on the site and he comments a lot. He hears his family, his kid and his girlfriend call out to him.
Yeah.
The same way. And he's had an experience in his home and around his home with reptilians.
And they can, even my dead relatives, they can present to me speaking as if they were my dead relatives, with mannerisms and feelings and everything that are absolutely exact, but you just know it's not them. You know, it's a lot of this to me is it has to have help of a computer for mine, because some of the things I'll see, if I'm there have been times where I was in trouble and I had a lot of time to myself, and they would create these images of like galloping horses, but they were computer generated in my space. They look like they're made out of kind of a mist, but it's not. It's more electric than that. So whatever these things are doing, they're using technology on me as well as it's very precise.
Jim, I also sent you a video of, it looks like a computer in the background with a ball. That is a UFO, and that is alien technology above it that Annabelle took and showed me of my video.
And I will absolutely concur with you. I am not seeing the moon anymore. I am not seeing the sun anymore. It has changed. It is not the same place I was born.
Isn't that just... So I'm thinking of either they're showing us what's really there or this is fake. And honestly, I feel like it's fake.
I think we're on dimensions that are not where we were born. Some of us. And that doesn't go for everyone. So you can't say, oh, there's flat earth or there's globe, because it depends on us, where we're housed and how we're kept.
You're right. That is so strange that some people don't see it. That's one of the videos I took of this fake moon. It is absolutely crazy.
That's an interesting shape.
Yeah. That's come and been like 200 feet over my head.
Wow.
It's octagon shape when it's close up and full.
Tell about the time you saw the ship that was like as big as a Walmart, like a city.
Yeah, I was in Salmon, and all of a sudden I saw like a really fast shooting star, and then instantly, all the way down to the top of the mountain, I was looking at a huge rectangular ship, like swoop down. I think they try to coax me because I used to go out in the middle of nowhere and stand under these ships. That was an amazing sight. It had red lights. It was huge, like Walmart. That was in Salmon. When I'm in Salmon, a lot of the times I see those huge triangular craft with 3 orbs at the corners. They're like city sized. Me and my daughter witnessed one when we were camping. Get this. It came down on the mountain next to us, just like that angel did. So my confusion was that a real angel, and did it have something to do with the triangular ships? There's
What is this? What is this one, Shan?
the pink is the craft that I caught, and the rest of it is the sky behind the craft.
Wow.
What is making the pattern?
Them. They're whatever. I've been telling people that our sky is not even our sky. Let me send you the original of this. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Benny C. Trent says hello, my astral love and sister Daisy Temponi.
Joining us is spelled
hello, wise men, Jim Andre and Bradley Adam Powers.
N-I.
Jim, do you have a feeling on the sun and the moon that it's changed?
U-S.
Oh, he's busy.
Talking to me,
yeah.
Daisy.
Do you have a feeling on the sun and the moon that they've changed? That the light is different?
No, I don't get any indication of that.
You don't. Yeah, okay.
Vic Macro says they have technology that can interfere with your electrical appliances. It's called electronic interference.
Oh, all the time.
Reptile technology. Wow. Yeah, so Shannon's got a lot to offer, a lot of to express.
Well, she's had a lot of experiences for what she said, 7 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very, very glad that I hear and I don't see, because I think that seeing would make me not handle it as well as I do. That would be very difficult.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, seeing and hearing. Yeah. I've seen and heard, but mine's been spiritual entities. I don't know if that's better or not.
I think that a lot of this ties in with a lot. I think it all kind of ties in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever had any implants, Daisy?
I have. I started in like 2016 noticing in places that I had what felt like a BB under my skin.
Right.
And I didn't
Does it
know.
Move around? Does it move around?
I could move them a little bit, but they were under my skin, so I could move them, but I couldn't detach them from where they were. And I had ones in my wrist, I had ones in the top of my hand, and I had several in my right, the crook of my elbow. And now I have scars in those places, little round scars, but they're
in other words, where they were at one time, now it's a scar.
Now it's a scar. And it was like they left that for me they left that the scar behind to show me there was something happening, basically. But they tell me now that
I believe this here is an implant. I've got one myself.
Oh yeah. They tell me now that the implants are almost old technology, that they don't really use them as much anymore, but that certainly looks suspicious.
Yeah, that's been there for about 10 years. That began to appear when I had my abduction experience.
They show me now, it looks like a little flat strip of plastic or something, like thin, clear plastic with almost like a computer circuit on it, but they're flat and they would be undetectable under your skin. And when they say the implants that I had are old technology, I think they've gone to these kind that you can't detect yourself. But I would think that modern technology could detect it in an X-ray machine or something else, but I don't know.
Okay.
I can tell you that I've definitely seen weird technology with the sightings I've had too. And in my room, sometimes when I'm looking at the ceiling or something, it like shakes, like I know it's not my eyes. I'm like, and I've seen it several times, like it's computer animated.
Yeah.
It is crazy. I mean, I've just experienced so many different things. And then, you know, guys, I can't say they were all bad, but I can't say they were all good either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good and bad in all, I believe.
It seems to me like it was all related somehow. Otherwise, I've heard the positive ones ask you, they talk to you, you know, they tell you what they
What's
are.
this one here,
That's
Jan?
a portal. That's a portal, and those are those black things flying in it. The other one's a portal too. And then there's an original of the one with that computer in the
Was
sky.
that a photo of the moon?
No, that was actually a huge star-looking craft.
Okay.
They've been all around me. Somebody called me a human portal, and that really bothered me.
Yeah. Well, Jim would say we're all
Benny
human.
C. Trent is asking, is it binary?
What does he mean by that? I'm not sure.
I guess if it's made some kind of code or something, I don't know.
Yeah, like 101100.
I have no idea. I know most of the time when I would go outside, there was always craft above me. Even when I go to the store or something now, I look up, see the fake moon, see the crafted stars, put my head down and go about my business after this.
Go ahead.
I would have kept going along with this if these things didn't come in my room and enter my body now. You know,
I mean, that's
what I'm
invasive.
scared of.
Yeah, that's invasive.
Yeah, I'm hurt. I'm so angry and I'm afraid. I'm afraid because they squeezed my heart 3 times. I'm afraid because one time I was laying in bed and thinking it was all cool, and something grabbed my spine. Something grabbed my spine. I sat up in bed like, you know, and I don't know what they did that time either, you know. I'm traumatized over everything. I want answers. And I'm going to get them. Oh my God. I've been thinking about calling the National Defense. This is dangerous in my mind.
Be careful
Well,
with that.
We're living in a dangerous world. It could be the National Defense that's behind it.
I am full.
And they could put you away for speaking.
Oh my God. Huh.
That's what I would be concerned about with that.
Well, then I guess in a way it's good that I've got Penny on my side with this. She's a really nice person. Her mom called while we were talking, and she told her mom told me to put geranium oil in my bath, and she tells me, I'm so sorry you're going through this, because I've sent her everything. And at least she believes me. I'm telling you, I went to my back doctor. I even got an operation on my back. Listen to this. And it's about that long on my lower back, on my spine. Because in the beginning, that's what I thought it was. And they operated, and there was really nothing wrong with my back. And a tip of a triangle came out of my back. My daughter took video of this too. A point stuck out of my back where I got operated on. There has been so many things that are insane.
Vic Makarov says they would put you in a loony bin if you speak out to the wrong people.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the world.
You know, everybody says that I got a lot of balls for doing this. It's not balls. It's concern. It's fear. I read all your guys' comments, and, you know, I can't just come out and say, oh, no, don't do that. Don't go out there. Don't mess with them. I'm pretty smart. I consider myself pretty intelligent. And if they fooled me by doing these amazing things, like that mooncraft with these beautiful orange, blue, red, and yellow, and I've got pictures of that going into this moon, and an angel, and one time on top of a telephone pole, like almost like a leprechaun figure. That thing in my backyard with the long eyes that was probably 23 feet tall. Then that black thing in my room that like stuck needles in my side, and I woke up swinging, but I wasn't hard asleep. I never am now. And it was like hitting millions of mosquitoes. So in my mind, it's these things flying around my room and in my body. You don't know the fear of having something behind your eyeball and you can feel it pushing out and moving, or something crawling in your ears, or your legs feeling them fly in the bottom of my feet. I had pain in my feet for a year, you guys, not knowing. And now my feet and my calves are so full of them, and they hurt me while they're in there. They bite me. And it has been the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. And the worst thing about it is I thought they were good. I thought they were amazing. They're not. They're totally messed up. So I keep praying to the good ones to come and help me.
Don't pray to them. Pray to God if you believe in
And
them.
God and the archangels.
Don't ever worship anything that is outside of your concept of God, because that gives them power.
I don't worship them.
Alien like that.
I don't know why this happened, because usually I'm a pretty happy person, you know. Everybody knows I love the outdoors. Mm-hmm. I live in a beautiful area. I'm in that. Some of my stuff is in that movie, the documentary. My God, I just read that. The Middle. It's with Terry Lynch and Donald Laseda, and we've advertised it. Some of my stuff is in that documentary. It just came out on Amazon. I've been trying to bring this stuff out. I don't want this to happen to other people.
Is your sleep disturbed?
I am so tired, Daisy. Yeah, I have to wear those tones blasting in my ears, or they're all over me, in me.
I don't have the space in my head to meditate anymore. It's like they're so clamped down on me that space is gone, but there are new spaces opening that I can see things, and it's really hard to explain. But it's like I get to check another place for an answer. But I can't meditate. at all. I can't hold a train of thought for very long. And my sleep is, I'm not resting at all. And I
Yeah.
have for a long time.
I think that's a part of this too. And I've been told by 3 different people I have a block, and I feel like that too. I feel like when I try to meditate, when I try to concentrate, it's blocked somehow.
Yeah, I can't do it. I don't have the headspace.
So maybe that's the reason for this, is they don't want us reaching out, because I think humans are capable of that.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard so many stories of the positive ETs, and it sounds wonderful.
The messages I've ever gotten about you were about you and I being in the same type of situation, and we are going through some of this to avoid some kind of religious persecution in the next life. And that's that's all I get. I wish I could do better than that.
You know, I hope there's a good reason like that. I hope there
I
is.
think we are at war, and I think our liberation is definitely being fought for.
That's another thing I witnessed. 3 times in the clouds, I saw black and white angels battling. And the clouds moved right before my eyes.
Do you believe this is 100% extraterrestrial or ET, and do you believe it could be any celestial or anything like that? I know you've seen some.
I think it's definitely God involved, and whoever God is.
You've seen Anubis, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the very beginning of this, I saw Anubis and Ra. Get this. This is the very beginning, 7 years ago. And I had visions. That was once when they gave me visions of a huge mummy with thousands of people riding it, headed to Earth. Then I got the message, we had better listen, and we'll be back. Now, you guys, this happened in about a week's time. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening to me? I kept drawing this weird castle thing with these gray clouds and letters that I was seeing in the clouds over and over. My friend came over and I said, take me to the hospital. It's all on record. He took me to the hospital and I'm hysterical. Things were moving in my house. I downloaded a photo of a yellow flower in someone's living room with a bookshelf with a black book that a little pen outlined over and over. It was a very old looking book. So those are clues. I didn't even know really who Ra or Anubis were. They told me another thing, like a knowing that Anubis's head's not a hyena or whatever. It was a dog or something. And then I read that a couple days later. It scared me half to death, and those black things were flying around in my room back then.
Mm-hmm.
They left. They left and didn't come back for a while. They're back, I think. I don't know if they were lying. I don't know if they were telling the truth. I'm guessing these are all lies by now. Ra wasn't supposed to be evil. He was the sun god. And Anubis was the keeper of the dead and passing through to reach heaven. That's who they exactly are. I researched it to death, wanting to know what happened to me. Later, I went back to this is so crazy. So I'm in there 2 days, and the doctor's going to test my blood to see if there's metal in my system, because they did go in my body. They were hurting me really bad. This is like the first 2 weeks of this experience. When I went in there, I told him everything. They put me in a room in the psych ward, and 2 days went by and I went out there and I said, where's the doctor? Why hasn't he checked my blood? This nurse said, you got him fired. You're not leaving here. I was like, what? And I started yelling at the other ladies behind the counter. I want to talk to your supervisor now. So they let me call my friend and he came and got me. But don't you think that's weird too? I think these things even played a part in certain times in my life in the last 7 years. I don't think it's just even what I've told you.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have been very involved in my life. Like when things that were just completely bizarre happened.
Shan, I mentioned to you a while back that you and I could do a session because I've got a special arrangement of energetic frequencies that I use for healing that were developed by the short grays of Zeta Reticula.
I would definitely want to do that. And I remember the number 7.
Yeah.
It has played a part in my life.
All right. So I'm offering you some help if you want to give it a go. I mean, there's no guarantees.
I would love to. I'll try just about anything. As long as I can keep my soul.
Yeah.
That is
Oh yeah,
the
that's a must. Yeah.
So that's the conclusion then. At the moment, we're coming up to the hour, and like Jim is offering you therapy, Shan, and I think you should take it because he seems to do the most amazing of things. He really
Yes,
can, and
agree.
he has got some little tricks up his sleeve that may be able to help you. So,
the only reason I haven't done it, and we can do it tomorrow if you have time, is I have been so self-absorbed.
I'm retired, so I'm flexible whenever it's convenient for you.
Tomorrow afternoon.
All right.
Would be great.
All right. What time?
Say 2 or 3. I think I'm an hour. I'm Mountain Time. Right now it's 4 o'clock.
So you're 2 hours behind, Jim.
So you're 12 and my 2?
Right now it's going to be 6 o'clock. It's 5:59 where I'm at. What time is it where you're at?
So it's a 2-hour difference. So at your 12 and at my 2.
All right, noon time for me, Eastern. Okay.
Are you calling me or am I calling you?
Either way, whatever you prefer.
I'll give you 5 minutes. If you're late, that's it. I'm calling.
All right.
And
you guys
Vic
are great. You guys are great.
Vic Makarov says he knows a specialist that might be able to help you as well, Shan. So I'll get in touch with him on your behalf, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
He seems to know a lot about what you're going through.
And I say again, whoever's watching on the sites and everywhere else, we want to share the help, share the information. If you have any of this type of thing happening, don't go with it. I wouldn't, and get a hold of us. We'll help any way we can. That's why I'm doing this.
Okay. All right, so we're closing the show now, but we're going to have you back again, Shannon. We're going to show you some more of your images, okay?
Okay, and maybe I'll have some more good news to this story.
Yeah. See how you go. You can let us know how you get on with Jim and Vic. Okay.
Yes, and Jim, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.
See you on the next one.